As narrowing American presidential race approached its last week, Democrat Kamala Harris warned tens of thousands of supporters attending her largest event in Washington that her GOP opponent Donald Trump was pursuing unbridled power. At an outdoor gathering Tuesday night, Harris spoke that her team estimates drew over 75,000 people to the area close to the White House, where Trump spoke to his followers on January 6, 2021, prior to their attack on the United States Capitol. Harris stated that her supporters knew who Donald Trump is, adding the former president attempted to reverse his defeat in the 2020 presidential election by sending an armed mob to the U.S. Capitol. Ahead of a hotly contested race on November 5th, as her campaign dubbed her concluding argument, Harris stated that this is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power.
We know who Donald Trump is. He is the person who stood at this very spot nearly 4 years ago and sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol to overturn the will of the people in a free and fair election. An election that he knew he lost. Americans died as a result of that attack. 140 law enforcement officers were injured because of that attack. And while Donald Trump sat in the White House watching as the violence unfolded on television, he was told by his staff that the mob wanted to kill his own vice president. And Donald Trump responded with 2 words: so what? America, that's who Donald Trump is. And that's who is asking you to give him another 4 years in the Oval Office. Not to focus on your problems, but to focus on his. And Donald Trump has told us his priorities for a second term. He has an enemies list of people he intends to prosecute. He says that one of his highest priorities is to set free the violent extremists who insulted those law enforcement officers on January 6th. Donald Trump intends to use the United States military against American citizens who simply disagree with him. People he calls, quote, the enemy from within. America, this is not a candidate for president who is thinking about how to make your life better. This is someone who is unstable, obsessed with revenge, consumed with grievance, and out for unchecked power. Donald Trump has spent a decade trying to keep the American people divided and afraid of each other. That is who he is. But America, I am here tonight to say that is not who we are. For as long as I can remember, I have always had an instinct to protect. There's something about people being treated unfairly or overlooked that frankly just gets to me. I don't like it. So look, in less than 90 days, either Donald Trump or I will be in the Oval Office. On day 1, if elected, Donald Trump would walk into that office with an enemies list. When elected, I will walk in with a to-do list.
On stage, Harris was encircled by blue and white banners that said freedom and flanked by American flags. Behind her, the White House was brightly lit. Harris's lead among registered voters had shrunk to just 44% to 43%, according to a Reuters Ipsos survey released on Tuesday. Trump's 2021 speech on the ellipse, in which he urged the crowd to fight like hell to stop Congress from ratifying his defeat, thousands of his followers attacked the Capitol, sending politicians running for their lives. Trump has stated that he would pardon the more than 1,500 participants who have been accused of crimes if he is reelected.